chicos y chicas, buenos días. Ahora estamos en mi casa. El día de hoy, ¿de qué vamos a hablar?
Vamos a hablar de los partos,
Sí.
de los primeros niños, cómo nacieron. Nuestras historias, ya saben, ¿eh?
Yeah, sí.
It's our stories. How the baby born? How is
Yeah,
it?
and birth.
Pregnancy.
Vamos a hablar del momento en que nos damos cuenta que estamos embarazadas y luego hablamos de lo que fue nuestro parto. So I was just saying, we're going to talk about when we first find out we're pregnant with our first child, in your case, children. And then just a kind of quick synopsis of our birth story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I hope you like it because it's an interesting story.
So we'll go in order of...
in order of... no.
Yeah, you first.
No.
I'll the youngest.
Yes. For the youngest.
Youngest. Okay, Kesha, you start.
Oh, me. Okay.
So when do you find out you're pregnant?
Well, I was obviously doing IVF, so everything was very planned. My first IVF did not take. So the second time around, we didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, but we are going to say in Spanish because Kesha is what do you say?
IVF, in vitro fertilización.
Yeah, es un tratamiento para tener bebés in vitro. Pero se hace con el semen del esposo y con el óvulo de Kesha, sus huevitos o los óvulos, y todo se mezcla y se va al ovario para que engendre. Esto es un proceso muy largo, muy tedioso.
Y muy costoso.
And it's very expensive, muy costoso, very expensive. So, when she decided to do that, because you were so many years married, and then I was asking, baby,
I know.
Why you don't have babies?
Estábamos casadas ya unos cuantos años before we and honestly, we didn't even think about it. We just didn't use birth control.
And then ella se dio cuenta y dijo, ¿verdad, no?
Yeah.
No puedo tener, digo, vamos a vernos para ver qué pasa, que no sé cuánto. Entonces nos dimos cuenta de que Kechita tenía.
By the way, guys, la aseguranza does cover.
That's covered now.
No, they covered even then. They covered up to diagnostics. Yeah. So to find out what's going on. All the tests, those are covered under insurance. What's not covered is when you decide to do
the treatment. But
it's just very expensive.
Let's go to sing
but
3 zeros. No, 4 zeros. Yeah, it's 4 zeros. So it's like if it's going to be 10,000, 20,000, 30,000.
It's different tiers.
It's like 30,000. Yeah.
So we even did the genetic screening, which is we even got to pick boys or girls that we would like to put in. We got to choose because chromosomal screening tells you but two that are not viable and all this stuff.
First, le voy a contar. Kecha estaba en una posición de hacer inyecciones, tenía que ponerse por 2 años, tú también estuviste.
Un año.
Carlita después.
Sí, un año en diagnostics casi y un año en treatment.
Yeah, so Carlita is going to.
Carlita went through something similar, which is kind of how we really connected and got to know each other.
No me. I didn't do nothing in vitro. Todo fue natural. Bueno, le pregunto a Kecha, le pregunté a Kecha, ¿le gusta mi gorrito?
No es la bolita.
Ay, la bolita.
¿Te pareces a ese perrito que hace squirrel?
Okay.
Sidetrack.
Bueno, la historia es que Kechita se fue a hacer el diagnóstico, entonces inyecciones diarias, alimentación con él, porque no solamente era Kechita, sino también él. Gracias a Dios, both were the same problem. So they're not going to say, "Oh, this is your fault," or "This is not your fault." Yeah. This is the story. Yeah, this is the story.
They shared the journey together.
Yes,
I think
we did. We shared the journey together.
So then Kecha was like, "Oh my God."
It was a stressful time.
A stressful time.
I had a lot of hormones.
Yes, a lot of hormones. El mal humor siempre. Y tenía yo que llevarla los lunes after I work. I had to take it to.
Oh, and then I had to go to Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs, que es la clínica, porque solamente hay 2 clínicas aquí en Colorado, en Denver,
Estados Unidos. More expensive than the other. so I had to pick Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs, ¿cuánto es?
1 hora y media.
Hora y media tenía que viajar yo con ella. One way. And the other way is 1 hour and a half.
And I had to get screened, or they had to do the ultrasound every other week to make sure that everything was growing, the eggs and everything. But anyways.
But when you find out,
I found out I was finally pregnant. Well, the first time I didn't take, which was, oh my God, we were devastated. Everybody was devastated. So when they told us, okay, after a month you can try again, they told us very clear, don't tell anybody.
Okay.
It'll be less stressful.
How you make it that? So, le sacan los huevitos de la Kecha ¿no? Le sacan los huevitos de la quecha y más,
el semen de...
más los... ¿cómo se le dice?
¿El semen?
Los espermas. Los espermatozoides van caminando y se van juntando. Bueno, se juntaron todos y sacaron
tenían como 10.
No, como 17 y todo. Sí. Y después lo dejan como 5 días en el laboratorio. ¿Cuántos crecen? ¿Cuántos embriones se van a hacer? Y quechas se hicieron 7 embriones.
Viables. No, eran 10, acuérdate. Perdí uno cuando lo pusieron.
Sí, pero espérate. Y después nos dieron la lista y decía...
¿Cuáles son mujeres? ¿Cuáles son hombres?
La primera fue mujer, después otra mujer y después viene el hombre. Entonces así, entonces nosotros ya hablábamos porque... bueno, yo también estaba metida ahí. I was always over there. So, Kecha decidió y se puso el primer...
Una mujer. Me puso una mujer.
Ok, para poner una... huevito is a lot of money. That has 3 zeros.
Yes.
No 4 zeros. 3 zeros for one to put it, to implant. Para ponerlo.
Eso no es nada. ¿Qué pasó cuando me quitaron todos los huevos? No, 99%, no, 93%, what did they tell you? Everything is only like less than 5%. They're like hyperstimulate. You never hear of it. They're like, you're fine. Everything will be fine. No,
can I eat?
Yeah, you can eat.
I hyperstimulated. And I had gained 1.5 liters of water in my body. No podía ni respirar.
Oh my gosh, like fluid overload.
Like fluid overload. They're like, less than 5% of women, you'll be fine. No, get fine.
She was the 5%.
I was the 5%.
I remember that, yeah.
And then, every time that we take into the emergency, because it's a gold belly, o sea, es un belly de oro que no se puede tocar porque
I couldn't go to just the ER.
No podían hacer nada en emergencia.
I had to go to Colorado Springs back to my surgeon.
Y después teníamos que llevarla a la acupuntura para que no le... No, es que...
Then I had to do acupuncture. But anyways.
Yo sufrí más. Yo sufrí más. Yeah, okay, go.
We'll go into detail next week and we'll go over the whole journey.
Yeah, because we have 30 minutes.
Yes. No, but you find out.
I found out I'm pregnant. The first time it didn't take, so the second time we didn't say anything to anybody. Not even my mom knew. So when we went back, they told me we're gonna put 2 in. I wanted to put 3 in because I had already lost 1. I thought, why not? So,
3?
I know. Antonio was like, no. The doctor was like, you can't, whatever. They outruled me, so we put 2 in.
It's a risk.
Yeah, it's a risk. Yeah. So we find out when I go in, my HCG levels were super high when they drew the blood after 2 weeks. And it was really high, so they're like, come in for an ultrasound. Like, going for an ultrasound. I'll never forget, she's like, yep, there's 2 sacs in here. And Antonio's face was like, I'm sorry, come again? What'd you say? It's like, there's 2 babies, like 2 sacs that are growing. Now, they tell us right away, it might not, or it might, like one might, like, you never know. With twins, it's risky. You might not carry them full term. Things could happen. So we knew it was 1 boy, 1 girl. So we knew that's what we were having, but we wanted to make sure because, one could split. But no, they checked us out throughout the whole time, and it was, we had twins until the very end. I delivered at 37 weeks. So they were full term. The delivery was not that bad.
No.
The pregnancy was actually not that bad. The pregnancy was actually pretty easy for being twins.
Excuse me? My God.
She begs to differ.
I was like, wow. You were in a bad mood all the time.
I was very
She hated me.
Yes.
Me odiaba. Y mi mamá le decía, no la mire mucho a tu mamá porque tus hijos se van a parecer a tu mamá. Y mira la edad, cómo ha salido, habla como yo. Yeah, she was no.
It was a lot of work. It was very stressful, but it was just hard because you have like all this extra doctor's appointments.
No, it was not my fault. Oh my God.
But anyways, we can't.
Pero en ese momento también teníamos que mi esposo había fallecido.
It was a stressful time.
It was a stressful time. So then she was.
Because I didn't even know I was pregnant yet until Eddie passed away. Because they did the HCG. They told me, yeah, you're pregnant, but your levels are high, so you're going to have to come in next week for an ultrasound just to make sure everything's okay. So I hadn't even gone, but that's when Eddie passed away, and then we go in and we find out we're having 2.
Yeah.
So that was like...
it was like a miracle.
Yeah.
They say that somebody is always dead, and then somebody born. New life. So...
Yeah.
And that's what
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So, and it happened twice in my case.
Yeah.
But when I got to the hospital, we made it to 37 weeks, so I knew it was my last day. And the docs can actually really tell when you're about to give birth.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Cause Sue's like out of everybody, Sue's hates me, but that dog was on my ass.
You hate me too?
In the bathroom.
So well, good that Zeus hate you.
But yeah, no, he knew the night before. And then the next day, my water broke. I had reached 37. We went in. Labor was not that bad, but con twins, you always have the risk of having a C-section. So they had to take me to the OR, which we knew was going to happen.
And you didn't put
I did put the epidural.
¿Te pusiste el epidural?
I did put the epidural. That was the first thing I did when I got
Y
there.
no me dejaban entrar. En el sitio donde yo trabajo, no me dejaban entrar.
No, no era el tuyo todavía.
Sí.
Era Good Samaritan.
Oh, era el Good
Los
Samaritan.
twins eran Good Samaritan.
Yeah.
No, so she didn't work there. And I had to go there because they had the maternal fetal.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, which is high risk pregnancy. So I had to go there. But it was fine. Well, how long did I labor for? Like 9 hours, I think it was.
It wasn't too long for twins.
No.
For twins, it's not that bad. But I know I was there for hours because I remember Antonio had to go out and tell everybody, just go home. Like, we'll be fine. We'll let you know as soon as they get here. And I didn't deliver till like 9 at night. And I was there from the morning.
Yeah. First was Adeline.
Yes. First was Sadie. 45 minutes.
Y 45 minutos pujó más.
Mm-hmm.
Todavía de lo que había sufrido ya todo el esto, 45
No C-section. I had a natural.
No se hizo cesárea.
I know.
Okay.
They were impressed for me to make it to 37 weeks.
After that, what happened? You had that hemorrhage.
Yeah, so I did have a little complication for me. The twins came out; they were fine. They told Antonio, they're like, okay, we need to get you out of here with the kids. She's like, I was hemorrhaging, so then they had to put me down. So then they put me to sleep. But the worst part is when I wake up, y estoy like, I'm not even in the OR. I don't see Antonio, no veo a los babies. I don't see anybody. I just see nurses, and I just started freaking out. I already have anxiety.
You couldn't see your mommy.
No, I can hear you screaming. I can hear you.
I was outside screaming. Yeah, estaba gritando porque no sabía nada.
Yeah, they couldn't let her in because there's only one person in the OR, which obviously had to be Antonio. But he wasn't around or nothing, so I started trying to take off the IVs. Like, where am I? What's happening? Like, I don't have my belly. Oh yeah, no, they called some. They're like, call the husband's stat. So Antonio had to come in and be like, it's fine. The kids are fine. We're fine. You're here. Like, it's. This happened.
It had to be so disorienting because she was in the OR and then she woke up in the room
From
with no
anesthesia.
babies, nothing.
¿Qué es un OR?
Ay, no.
Es donde después del parto, la sala de espera, que ella se reacciona y va al otro lado.
No, el OR is an operating room.
No,
Sí,
post-operatory.
No, well, I woke up in the post-operative.
Oh, okay.
See, in the post-operative room. And then they took me back to see my babies. And the
We
babies
walk
were
over
fine.
there.
Those babies were fine. I do. I work all moms and babies. But yeah, the
How
babies
can
were
you
fine.
work and you guys is like, how can you work in neon babies, en mom babies? Ellas trabajan en mamás y todo, teniendo 3 hijos. Tú estás en oncología.
Neurology for children.
Yeah.
Yo estoy en
I'm a medical
pediatrics and mom baby.
so it's different. Everybody has different situation.
No, I have no desire to work with moms and babies.
No, me too. A mí me dieron el primer bebé. No, hace muchos. Oh, no.
No, we've had those fun stories. I like mom baby. It could be rewarding. I love pediatrics more. Nikki's my favorite. Pero yeah, no, it was okay. I think we did fine. The only part that I do remember was that when I was in the OR and I was pushing, Antonio was, he was looking. They asked me if I wanted this huge mirror on top of me in the OR so that I could see. I was like, he's like, no, because he was on my head with me.
You're like,
I was like, no, it's fine. I'm like, I'm fine. Y cuando estaba empujando y todo, I don't know what happened or how Antonio got like a little bit of blood on his bunny suit, which is the suit that they give him, so that you're not contaminating, which is like blue, so you can see a little bit of blood. Poquito más se desmayaba. He started seeing green. He his eyes crossed. He's like, oh my God, get it off me. He's telling the nurses.
Antonio tiene varios traumas. No puede ver la sangre y no puede ver un payaso.
Yeah.
Okay, so eso más. Oh, sí se ve mi cojito.
Yeah, but it was pretty funny. The nurses were like, get him a chair.
Sí, y nacieron mis 2 bebés lindos, preciosos. ¿Cuánto?
They were 5 pounds 7, 5 pounds.
which for twins,
I mean,
so
I was carrying almost 11 pounds.
Yeah.
And I even fitted my clothes after I had them.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised. After I had them, my first pregnancy, I bounced back like nothing. It was great. My second pregnancy, not the case. But my first one was amazing.
So hablamos de uno nada más.
Sí,
Okay, hablamos. The story right now is
just for the first child.
The first child.
Because we all have multiple children.
Yeah. She has 2 pregnancies. You have 3 pregnancies.
I have
2
more pregnancies, but I have 3 births.
Yes. Yeah, well, she's going to tell the story. Okay, so
But that was mine. I don't think I have nothing else.
Y nacieron mis mononillos.
Sí, Adeline and AJ were born.
Adeline and AJ. But you can see the face of Antonio.
Oh, Antonio
and AJ. Oh my God.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, they're like twins.
Like twins. Like no.
Yes. We'll put a picture so you guys can see that they're so alike.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can put a picture over here.
Así como si fuesen ahorita. They even walk the same. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, sí. No, caminan lo mismo. Caminan igualito. Se ríen igualito. Y no hablan mucho los dos. Así que, wow. Yeah. Y la otra, por odiarme, la Adeline ha salido igualita a mí. Bueno, no la cara, ¿no? Porque,
she's my twin.
Yeah, but it's your twin. Yes, of course it's your twin, but she doesn't have curly hair. It's straight hair. Pero habla igualita que yo. She talks a lot of Spanish.
Yes, she does.
Yes, more than the Pericota and more than the Asian. Okay, segundo. ¿Hablamos?
I thought I heard Bella. No, sorry, we're listening for the baby. Okay.
Baby's upstairs.
Okay, so
Carlita, tu historia.
Okay,
first pregnancy.
My first pregnancy, I was very young. I was 21 when I found out I was pregnant with my son. I was married. It was not necessarily planned. We were at a point. I was not on birth control. We had been married for about 3 years then. So I was like, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it would. Like, I don't know. I was just
I don't know. What do you think is going to happen if you think it's pregnant?
Well, I had been off birth control for like
3
a year.
Yeah. Okay.
For like a year. So I was like, whatever, it happens, it happens. So, and I remember like a week prior, no, not even a week, like days prior, before I found out I was pregnant, I went out drinking and partying. I was drunk. I was 21 after all. But, so then a few days later, I was just feeling off. Not quite right. And I remember my husband at the time just like, well, maybe you should just take a test. And I was like, well, what for? And I remember because the pregnancy tests are expensive. And we were not in the most financially stable place. I was like, okay, fine. I'll go to
that time we were so poor. Well,
I'm still poor, but yeah.
Well, no.
Even worse. So then I remember, I'm like, I'm going to go to the dollar store because I was sure I was not pregnant. So I was like, I'll go to the dollar store.
¿Compraste el dollar store?
Yes, porque yo estaba segura que no estaba embarazada. So I'm like, what?
¿Trabajas en el dólar?
Yes.
Really?
Yo estaba segura que it was going to be negative. So I was like, I'm not going to spend $15 to get a negative.
Oh, 15? Between the dollar? Funciona ese dólar.
So then I took a stupid test, and I'm just waiting to toss it. I'm like, okay, I told you I was fine. And then I see the 2 lines, you guys. And I was like, shit. So then I go out and I tell my husband, I was like, we need to go buy a real one. I don't think this is right.
O sea, gastaste más de lo que tenías que gastar, ¿ves? Ya ves, nadie cree en el de dólar.
Dije, it's a false positive. So I took 7 pregnancy tests. And then finally I was like, why?
Pero no sentías el pecho.
Nada. No, and then I was like, well, I think I am pregnant.
No, you think?
7 days? O los 7 en el mismo día.
No me recuerdo. Within like 3 days, I think I took like 7 pregnancy tests.
Ay, estas chicas.
Yes. So finally, I went to the doctor and got the blood test and confirmed and everything, but I just couldn't believe it. But yeah, it was fine. My pregnancy was great.
No, too great.
Well, yes, I work with.
Yes, we were working.
So that was hard. And then
every time somebody was like poopy, she was with a red eyes and she was crying, and me and Janina, we were like, it's okay, baby, you stay here, we go.
Yeah, but I had the symptoms, but the pregnancy, like the work was hard because I worked at a nursing home. We changed people, bathed people, so the smell.
At that time, how long ago?
Oh God,
11 years, eh?
11 years ago.
11 years ago.
So the job,
right around my wedding.
Yeah,
holy shit.
It was hard, but the actual pregnancy itself was not terrible. Like I felt great. I was nauseous the first few months, and then it got better.
No comía nada. Era tan flaquita que parecía un nudo. Mi papá le decía
fideo con
nudo.
Oh,
fideo con nudo. ¿Y saben qué hacíamos? Sacábamos los ensure de las viejitas
la Carla. Oh my God.
La toma.
Sí. No,
eso te hace bien, ¿te acuerdas? Sí, y es lo único que comía.
De Caín subí como 34 libras.
Really?
Sí.
¿Really? ¿Dónde estaba,
In the big belly.
No, y también tenía
sí. Tenía, ya no.
Eso era bonito.
Bueno, and then my birth story. So I go to the ultrasound. You know how they tell you, they estimate how big their kids are going to be? Me han dicho, we're thinking he's going to be about 5-6 pounds, a small baby.
Oh, wow.
So then I go into labor, and I'm convinced I'm going to die. Like, at this point, we used to live in...
Did you give the epidural?
Yeah, but at this point, I used to live in the apartment complex on the 3rd floor.
Oh,
and I started getting contractions.
¿Cómo salió? ¿Cómo salió?
Yes. So, and I'm just... Because I was asleep, so then I woke up, and I was already contracting, like, every 2 minutes, so it was pretty steady. Y dije, ¿cómo voy a bajar? How am I going to ever get down 3 flights of stairs with contractions? So I remember in between contractions, I was like, run, I was like, grab onto the rail.
I can imagine. The legs are open, show me la barriga. Oh my God.
And then I delivered at St. Joe's, so I got to St. Joe's. I think it was maybe like midnight, close to midnight. Entonces you have your own special entrance for when you're in labor. So then I get there and you have to ring a doorbell and I'm like in pain, and I'm like, they don't even have wheelchairs here. Like I have to walk. And I did. I walked to the 3rd floor, I think it was. 2nd or 3rd floor.
If you go to the ER, they'll help you.
Yes.
With a wheelchair.
Well, they didn't. They told me it was different. But yes, we had an entrance that I had to go in. They had told us that that's the entrance we had to use.
Dang.
So I get there and then...
That's what happens for having private insurance. We can't call 911 for a free ambulance ride.
So then you get Choco, like the little monitors on your belly. They're like, okay, well, we're going to make sure you're in labor. And they saw me like, oh, no, yeah, she's in labor. So they didn't even, like, put me on the triage. They took me straight to the room. And then me pusieron los monitores. And me dicen, you have to sit still for 20 minutes because we have to monitor the baby for 20 minutes. And I looked at her, I'm like, still? I can't even move. Like I was in so much pain. I can have sentada. I had to move.
Don't you feel that you want to poo-poo?
No, I was just
my God,
so
because most of them, they say, I want to poo-poo, and don't move it.
They'll push and then sometimes the poop comes out. But it's normal.
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed. It happens when you got to push a baby out of you. Something's come out.
Esperen a mi historia.
So then... so she's like, don't move, and I'm in the bed, like, back and forth, in the legs. Then she's like, stand. I'm like, I can't sit still.
I can imagine Carlita. I can't.
Oh, I was not nice. I was in so much pain.
You were a bitch? Oh my God.
And then, so finally she's like, fine, get up. So tenía mi IV pull back and forth, and sitting down and standing up. And finally I was like, I told my husband, I was like, go get the nurse. I'm like, I need the epidural, like, now.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, she knows she'll be back. I'm like, no, go find her. I need it right now. Like, now. And then, just sitting still through the contractions and don't move. They bend you forward. Yeah. It's really hard to sit still through the contractions.
It's very uncomfortable.
You were, estuviste sentada, ¿no?
Oh, but that's because as soon as I got there, I had my epidural.
No. Después se la llevaron adentro, pero estábamos así.
Yeah. Y luego me dice la doctora, me acuerdo, me dice, ay, pues se te ve toda tu spine, it should be easy. After the epidural, it was great.
But you have to stay still for the epidural.
Yes, that's the hard part.
That's the hard part.
You're hurting.
And you're like, I gotta wait for the contraction to go through, and then so you have to time it perfectly. And then if they take a little bit longer, oh God.
Yeah. Because it takes like 5 minutes?
Yeah, like you have to stay still.
I remember I had like 2 couple minutes.
Oh God, I was gonna kill Antonio. I remember I had him like between my legs because they're like, okay, hang on to him. You're like, and I'm like, sure, okay. So I'm gonna strangle him. But I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So then after the epidural, everything was great. I was so happy.
And you feel so much better.
I was like, I can do this 10 times if it's like this. If it's like this, I can do it 10 times. So then I think I got my epidural maybe around 2 a.m. And Cain was born at 9. And I think
no more epidural.
No, yeah. But I had this like really strong pressure, but I really wasn't sure. So I think I didn't start pushing till 7. Yeah, till 7. But I think I probably was ready sooner. Yeah. I just didn't know. And they kind of let me just rest.
Because you don't know what you're supposed to feel like.
She's like, just let me know when you feel pressure. Well, I felt pressure the entire time.
Yeah.
So,
They're like, it's like when you need, like if you need to poop.
Yeah, like I couldn't. I just felt pressure.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So then push for 2 hours, and then my 5-pound baby turned out to be 8 pounds 1 ounce. So
8 pounds?
Yeah.
Wow, esa barriguita. Porque así tuvo su barriguita. No, una bolita.
So yeah, it was great after the epidural. I was fine. Baby was fine. But yeah, push for 2 hours because
were you happy?
Baby. I was so happy. Yeah.
Because I saw Kesha, but she was very happy.
Yeah, it's just you have
kids always bring happiness in.
Oh, he peed on me when he was born. They put him on my chest and then
oh.
Yeah, but okay, go ahead, Julie. What is your story?
My story is long. I'm going to try to be short. Voy a hacerlo un poquito esto porque ya como no me dejan tiempo.
10 minutos.
¿Verdad?
10 minutos.
No, que es que 10 minutos, ya estamos en 25 minutos, 25 minutes, and then
we'll go to 35.
Okay, 35. Okay. Okay. So, la historia como salí pregnant, embarazada, pues me casé y pues claro, ya estaba con mi novio que era tu papá, ¿no? Entonces me cuidaba, we taking care with anticonceptivos. So, ¿cómo se dice? La modista me dice que para estar más delgadita, porque yo era muy delgadita, para estar más delgadita que dejara las pastillas, que me voy a engordar porque mi vestido era como una sirena. Entonces yo dejo la pastilla y decía, ay, sí, no, que voy a salir embarazada. Porque uno nunca piensa que va a salir embarazada, ¿verdad? No, ¿qué va a ser? Salí embarazada.
¿Pero cómo te has dado cuenta?
Dos semanas después de mi casamiento. 2 weeks later, after
before you got married. It was your wedding dress.
My wedding dress and everything. So I was so everything was right. I was very like a mermaid, like a sirena mermaid. So 2 weeks later, I remember that my mom was doing turrones de Doña Pepa.
They're so good.
They're good, okay, but I couldn't
smell it.
And I was like, wow, no, I'm not pregnant. And I have my auntie, and she said, she looked at my eyes and she said, you are pregnant. Okay. And I didn't even know because I was thinking, but I didn't know. And I was like, how did you know? Because I wasn't sure. She said, your eyes are so shiny. Tus ojos están tan brillantes que, really? Next day. Me fui a hacerme una de frente.
¿De sangre?
Blood one?
Sí, de sangre. Y me dijeron que estaba pregnant. How am I going to tell my man that I was pregnant when I was married? So I was...
She was married for 2 weeks and already pregnant.
Already pregnant. Maybe I put it in the day before I marry, I getting pregnant. Yeah. Too much hormones. Well, so I was pregnant. So I had to tell my mom. So I waited like 2 weeks to say. And then my mom was like, But they wanted a baby, so they didn't say anything. So it's okay. Well, so we have the mother of my mom. She died for cancer. Ataque de cáncer.
Oh, preeclampsia.
She died like that, and then the sister born, and she died. So mi pregnant was good. Volvemos en un ratito. Vemos, ¿eh? Bueno, para no ser la larga, it's not a long story. So I ate whatever I wanted. It was very good. But the last 2 days
of your pregnancy?
Of my pregnancy, I was very bad. Very bad. I have a pain over here. Pero yo soy muy criminoso, yo soy muy... todo lo que me duele 100 veces más que le duelen a ellos, ¿verdad? Entonces yo... Claro, ahora me doy cuenta que tengo fibromialgia, que tengo el crónico, esto, pero en esa época yo no sabía. Bueno, pues, entonces, llegó el Día de la Madre, domingo, y teníamos un almuerzo en la casa de Nacete, en mis primas. We have a dinner over there. Todo el día me sentí mal. Ay, demacrada, me dolía acá, pero nadie me decía cuánto era el dolor. Y en esa época yo pues era secretaria, yo no era nada de enfermera ni nada. Entonces, nadie me decía cuánto era el dolor, claro, porque me iba a asustar más de lo que esto. Pero me la pasé todo el dolor. Pero como a las 6 de la tarde del Día de la Madre, se me antojó un pollo a la brasa. Y le digo al papá de esta chica, le digo, llévame que quiero un pollo a la brasa, que tengo rico, que quiero comer, que tengo... Entonces todo el mundo se miró, pero nadie me dijo nada. Entonces yo me fui en un taxi porque no podía manejar y el papá de ella no manejaba. So he was not driving. So I went to the taxi, I went to the pollo. Llego a la casa. No, I was waiting for the taxi and I was stand up and I...
Oh, the water.
The water, but it was a little. And I said, I pee-pee. Let's go, I pee-pee. Let's go. The taxi. But Mother's Day, everybody's drunk. Todo el mundo toma. Estamos hablando de Perú, ¿verdad? Todo el mundo toma. Bueno, primer taxi, home. I went to the bathroom. So, at that time, it was a panty, so I took it off. I couldn't even sit it down, and the water was coming. So at that time, we didn't have phones, cellular phone, because
cell phones.
Yeah, it was not in Peru at this time. So we have only the lines on that.
Oh, the circle?
Yeah.
I remember though.
Then the noise was like, no, it was the telephone. Bueno, so me asusté, entonces le digo al papá ese, le digo, llama a mi mamá porque tengo, y huele a lejía. It was the smell of Clorox. So he went to the living room, the bathroom was over there, and everybody came, all the party came, todos los que estaban en la fiesta vinieron a verme. Pues yo no tenía ningún dolor. Uh-huh. Yo me fui al hospital sin ningún dolor. Y era el Día de la Madre, no había doctores. No había, in my country, we don't have doctors on Mother's Day because everybody drinks.
So holiday, good luck.
Yeah,
good luck with me, okay? So it was my first pregnancy. So solamente había un interno, ¿cómo se llama lo que hacen clases? A student doctor. Intern. And two nurses. So cuando yo llegué,
I like her.
Claro, cuando llegué, todos me miraron y habían como unas 4 madres. Había like a 4 madres. ¡Wah! Y yo decía,
because it's like a maternity ward. You don't have a private room. You're sitting with other ladies.
Yes.
Can you imagine as your first time?
And the dorm was with a lot of
beds. Yeah.
Yeah. And at that time it's like, okay, no, that is. So I went over there and I was looking at them and said, qué exagerada. Yo no tengo dolor. Entonces me afeitaron, me pusieron un enema. 2 horas después, 2 horas later, 2 hours later. Oh my God. Quería hacer pupú cada rato. La camilla era alta. You know, la camilla de eso era alta y tenía que bajarme y hacer así y me iba al baño. Nada. Entonces, nurse. Y la señora, todavía le falta. Y yo soy muy engreída. Yo soy muy, I mean, I like it when they spoil me. Nothing. Nobody take care of me. I was like, And then I went to the study that... ¿Cómo se llama? El respiro. Me fui a aprender a cómo
Lamaze.
Yeah. Me llevaron a que aprenda cómo respirar para que mi parto sea suave. ¿Qué parto? ¿Qué dolor? Oye, sentía que se me reventaba por dentro todo. Y me iba al baño de nuevo. Habré ido unas 20 times to the bathroom. With me, I was like, I cannot poo. I want to poo. That was my all night. So that was from, let's go to say, 9 o'clock.
Oye, ¿y aún pensabas que estaban exagerando?
No, listen. At 2 o'clock in the morning, remember? I couldn't. I was thinking I'm going to die. I need to die. I was so bad with the nurse, like a bitch, that they had to call the intern doctor. Okay? So when they called the doctor,
you were a bitch.
Yeah, I was a bitch, and I was like, quítamelo. Y el doctor, it's okay,
Oh my God.
it's okay.
Ya te imagino.
Respira. Vas a ver una palomita blanca. Y yo, ¿qué paloma? Ni blanca, ni negra, por favor, sáquenmelo. Oye, no me lo sacaron. They didn't take it off. No me lo sacaron. Espérate. A las 7 de la mañana entra el otro grupo de los doctores, ¿no? Claro, bien todos los doctores, todos así, con los resaca, como le dicen, la cruda, whatever. Y las nurses, yo estaba tirada ya para dar a luz las piernas y venía una porque en esa época no había, en my time 30 years ago, no había donde escuchar el ultrasound. So había un cono grande, y se tiraban encima de la panza para escuchar si daba latido. Pim, pim, pim. Y yo le decía, no me empuje, por favor, ya no me empuje. No me hacía el caso. Entonces salió Yuli. ¡Ah! Y le digo, y todo el mundo hablaba del Día de la Madre, ¿cómo te fue? Y en eso grito yo, ¡perdón! ¡Pero ya voy a morir! ¡Por favor, sáquenme! ¡Hágame caso! ¡Déjense! Oye, no, sí, hizo un escándalo. Y ahí aparece el papá de... ¿Cómo lo odiaba en ese momento? Él es muy alto, ¿verdad? Bien alto, era bien alto. Entonces solamente dividían las mamparas, que eran una cosita que ponían para que... No cortinas, porque en esa época había como mamparas, ¿sabes? La mampara le llegaba acá y él estaba ahí la cabeza mirándome y yo, te odio, por tu culpa estoy así, o sea, dile que me lo saquen, firma algo, firma cualquier cosa, porque quiero everything. Ok, so, la señora me dijo, fue con el cono y me dijo, ok, you are ready. Y yo, finally. Y yo esperaba una silla de ruedas. I was thinking about the wheelchair that they got to take me to, because I was feeling that the head was here. So I couldn't walk. You know what the lady said? The nurse, hey,
let's go.
And take your IV. Excuse me. Yes, and take your IV. And I was like, I was walking and I passed Héctor and I was like, yeah, shut up, I hate you. Oye, eso lo odiaba en ese momento. Bueno, me llevaron y me sentaron en una camilla, bien sentadita. Ábrale piernas, puje señora, puje. Yo ya no podía pujar, me lo había pasado, y eran las 11 de la mañana. Yo ya no tenía fuerza. Y le digo al doctor, ya no puedo, ya me voy a morir. Y el doctor me miró, un gordo, y dijo, ok, espérese un ratito. Entonces yo vi que metieron la cuchara.
A forceps.
The forceps. Y salió el doctor así como el forceps y dije, ya le rompieron la cabeza a mí. Yo no sabía si era mujer o hombre. Y lo quedé mirando y luego, salió la cabeza. Y el doctor me dijo, no. Entonces me cortaron, yo vi que me cortaron. Claro, pero yo ya no sentía nada. Ah, no. Me pusieron una aguja de este tamaño, unos anestesias ahí abajo para cortarme, porque no salía la bebé. Y es más, me habían dejado dilatar más, entonces se hizo una cópula dura y tenía que cortar esa cópula para que yo pudiera pujar. Claro, si me abandonaron por estar tomando. ¿Es una cópula?
Like
es una membrana dura que se hizo. No, o sea, es una membrana que se hizo dura porque ya me habían dejado más de lo dilatada. Mucho tiempo dilatada, ya tenía que salir, pero me lo tenían que sacar.
Swollen. Como un
swollen
membrane.
No, espérate. Me dijo, señora, espérese un momentito. ¿Nos da permiso para que algunos estudiantes vengan a ver su... Yo, pasen a cualquiera, pero ya sáquemelo. Entraron como 20 estudiantes y yo con toda la ventana abierta. Trágame tierra. Y yo, señor, ya no puedo, ya me voy a morir. Entonces todo el mundo miraba así, ¿no? Y me dijo, ok, yo la voy a ayudar. Vino a mi costado, hizo su codo así y me dijo, haga la última pujadita. Yo hice así nomás, oye, el hombre me barrió eso así como en esto. Y salió una bola así, ¡pah! Salió la bola así yo. No, pero vieras el placer que sentí que me lo habían quitado. No sentí ningún dolor. Ese fue el nacimiento de Quecha. Una patilarga, sí. Pero espérate, no acabó nada ahí. Then, deja tu seal.
Stitch, yeah,
stitches. No stitches, deja tu...
Yeah, stitches.
Bueno, pero sí, pues stitches, ¿no?
Sí.
¿Saben cuántos stitches me pusieron? 14 stitches.
Oh my God.
14. Desde el ano hasta porque me lo habían abierto demasiado. Ok, después me la pusieron acá. Y yo pues ya estaba, como estaba anestesiada. El último punto que me dieron, no, pero si vieras, un poco más y la boto a la Quecha. He gritado porque ya no tenía anestesia.
¿Qué se te había pasado?
Se me había pasado la anestesia. Oh, no. Es más, me dejaron ahí, me dijeron, señora, muy bien, ya sé, para hacer la corta, no, ya. Se llevaron a la bebé. Yo me quedé. Me dejaron ahí. No, yo sentía que se me salía la sangre. Y ahí viene el papá de esta. Y me dice, ¿ya estás bien? ¿Cómo te odio? Anda, tráeme una Diet Coke. Yo quería una Diet Coke.
Lo menos que puedes hacer por mí.
Me trajo una Diet Coke y todo. Tuve a Quecha. No quise amamantar. Porque yo soy una persona muy, me duele mucho las cosas. No quise amamantar y le dije a mi doctor, me cortas. Y mi mamá venía con su caldo de gallina, su leche con cacao. Y se me hicieron unas piedras, unas papayas se me hicieron aquí. Oye, te vieras, hoy, pero se me abrió los pezones, se me hizo una bola acá, se me hizo una mastitis. Vi al doctor, me salí del hospital el día de la madre, el día siguiente. No, porque esta se le había metido el bilis en no sé qué cosa, quería que se quedara 7 días. Yo le dije, no, porque en esa época robaban a las niñas en el hospital de mi país. Entonces le digo, no. Y mi mamá decía, pero si se parece a su padre igualita, ¿cómo se la van a robar? Le decía, no, yo me quedo ahí, me quedé 7 días ahí, sentada en una silla, porque no quería irme a la cama, porque quería ahorrar el dinero para tener para ellos, así que me fui a un social security, que era bastante pobre, pero no me quejo. Pero el doctor me vio y me dijo, ¿dónde diste salud? Parece que te han maltratado como un animal. Y yo, sí. Le digo, deme pastillas para el dolor, deme todo. Me dio de todo mi doctor progresa y me quitó la leche. Pues yo no les di leche a ustedes. Pues no soy una buena madre. Nada, ese fue mi primera hija. En el segundo capítulo del otro sábado hablaremos de los otros partos. Porque es una historia parecida, pero ya con el otro.
I feel like it's very different.
Yeah.
Es por eso que los niños, es por eso que los niños son de diferentes caracteres.
That could be.
Porque tú naciste wild.
Well, no, I think the twins were easy. I think the pregnancy, the birth story, I think it was fine. Like when one came out, I do remember now that you said that when Adeline first came out, I was like, oh my God, I could breathe. Because one was like on my lung, and I'm like, that was like the first thing I said. I was like, I could breathe. And they're like, okay, well, you have like 30 seconds to breathe before you push the other one out. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, okay. But I mean, you could breathe. That's like the first thing you say is like, oh my God, I could breathe again. You feel like you could breathe. Yeah. But
don't you think that it's beautiful to sit down, drink a coffee, and listen to our stories?
Yeah.
Maybe you guys sit down in the kitchen too, and you're talking about how was your pregnancy? How was everything? It's so beautiful. I like it to hear. I live over there. I live with Keisha. She hates me, but now she loves me. But me too.
And I think it's so interesting. Like we've been in each other's lives for the entire pregnancies too. Like you knew me since Cain.
Yeah, since Cain. Yeah,
since before Cain.
Before Cain, because I saw her pregnant when she was pregnant and everything, and then Quechita was pregnant. Yeah. With Quechita was different because we planned it.
Yeah, my first pregnancy was very planned.
Yeah.
Second pregnancy was not.
Well, the second pregnancy,
yes.
8 weeks later, I was like, oh shit, I'm pregnant.
¿Cómo se dice aquí? To be continued.
To be continued.
To be continued for the second part.
Yes.
Bueno, gracias. Recuerden que se suscriban, que nos den like, Please.
Coméntenos cómo fueron sus historias, si se pueden relacionar con alguno de los comentarios o de nuestras historias.
¿Sabes que tengo varias amigas que quieren venir invitadas?
¿Oh, sí? Pues
Sí. Tengo una amiga que se llama, bueno, mi gringa, le digo yo, mi gringuita, pero tú me has dicho que no tengo que ser gringa. Pero le digo de cariño. I always say that, sweetie, my gringa. She wants to come to the channel, and then I have another nurse, that her name is Claudia, and she said, invite me for dating, for dating subjects. So, de repente, más adelante, we are going to decide if we have the invitations and, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Invitados?
Invitados, yeah. Guests.
Yeah. We are going to have guests. Next Saturday is going to be Paris.
Oh yes, we have the twins party.
The twins party, 5 years old. 5 years old.
Oh so I know this craziness, right? We're all talking about our stories over here.
And then we have family that they are coming.
Yeah, they're coming from out of town.
So we're going to be very busy.
So we'll probably just put the video clips all together from the party.
Pictures.
And everything.
Yes. And then we're going to have a little video only for mothers. And it's going to be your mom, my mom, and my everybody.
Yeah.
There's going to be a little few guests too. So, espero que les guste. We decide. ¿Ven que se enferma? ¿Ven que se enferma?
I'm better, I promise I'm better.
Yes.
It was not COVID. It was not COVID.
No, it was not COVID.
She got tested.
I don't have COVID.
No, it was not COVID. So, no hicimos la semana pasada. Espero que nos hayan. I hope that you miss us.
Yes.
Like we miss you guys to do this because we enjoy to do that.
Yes,
it's only our stories. We're not psychologists. I always say that. We're not psychologists, but we love to do that. So, like
love you.
And I love you. Bye, sweeties.
Plumber's on her way.
Oh.